Yeah. Hold up. Get right with you. I'ma get right with you. Bad bitches, fuck up, then dismiss them. Bang. I ain't really here to take no pictures.
Yo, what's up guys? Back with another video, and today we're going to be going to the new event in Hockey Ultimate Team, the Dynamic Duo event, and I'll be showing you guys how to get 2 free gold collectibles in Hockey Ultimate Team. So let's get into it. Alright, so first off, to get 2 free gold collectibles in Hockey Ultimate Team, you're going to want to do these 10 sets to get 1 gold collectible, and then you're also going to want to do these 10 weekday challenges to get another gold collectible in those sets, that I'll show you guys right now. Once you complete those 10 weekday challenges from HUT Challenges, you'll be able to put all those collectibles you got into this set, which will get you another free gold collectible. And there you have it, that's 2 free gold collectibles for 20 HUT Challenges. That's a steal. Alright, so we're going to be going through the new master items, all 6 of them I think there are. So let's start with the Florida Panthers and Ekblad and Barkov. So Ekblad, the 90 overall version, has 87 speed, which is pretty good for a defenseman, and he's got howitzer, which is quite easily attainable. His shot is actually pretty decent. Obviously he's very good defensively, very good defensive awareness, and he's got pretty good hands. I think right now, off the top, I don't think there's anybody, maybe Carlson, but there's Carlson and Ekblad. If you're going between the two, I think going for Carlson is better. John Carlson, just because I think he's probably going to be cheaper. But Ekblad is very good card. If you guys can get him for pretty cheap, collectible wise, I think he's going to be a good card to pick up. Alright, so next up we got Alexander Barkov. So at 90 overall, 6'3", 213, 84 speed only, but with the howitzer it puts him up to an 87. His shot's phenomenal, very good face-offs at 88. He's got very good hands. This card is a very good card, but I think the Marcel Nobles or whatever, the last week's master item, I think is better just because he's got +1 on the speed, and I think he's bigger. So at center, if you're going to be slow, you might as well be bigger, and I think Nobles got that in the bag. But Barkov is still a phenomenal card with that shot and those hands. He's gonna be a great card for you if you decide to pick him up. Alright, and all the 91s, like the +1 versions of those master items are basically the same thing, but +1 on basically everything. So I'm not going to be going through them, but just there is a 91 for all these master items. Alright, so next up we got a pair of defensemen in Roman Josi and Mattias Ekholm. So first off, Mattias Ekholm, 84 speed is quite slow, 6'4", 215. I just don't think he's it for you. I think there's much better defensive options. Paul Coffey, Ray Bork, Miro Heiskanen being one of them, and that's only for your left-handed defensemen. This card is very defensive, which obviously it's good, but at 84 speed to be skating back, I think it's gonna be quite a liability. But obviously it's still gonna be a phenomenal card. You just gotta put him with a fast right-handed defenseman. In terms of defenseman for this week's master items, I think he's gonna be the worst one. Next up we got Roman Josi, who's quite a bit faster, a better shot, better hands, and is a bit weaker defensively, but he's still very good defensively. At 6'2", 201, he's got Swarm and Shutdown, which don't do him much favors offensively besides giving him the +3 shot. I think he's better than Ekholm, but I think Ekblad is the best defenseman for this week's master items. What's a dynamic duo event without the dynamic twins in Daniel and Henrik Sedin? I thought these cards are going to be much better speed wise, but they're quite slow, which sucks. But anyway, Daniel Sedin, first off, distributor and playmaker are his synergies. Distributor is very hard to get, but gives him a +2 on speed, which is very good. And passing playmaker, he's already got a phenomenal shot and phenomenal hands, so it's not going to be doing him many favors. But 86 speed all around, it's decent. But for a winger who could play center, which is the benefit of having Daniel, 82 speed, 82 face-offs, I mean, is very good. But his shot is lethal. 96 wrist shot accuracy, 91 slap shot accuracy, and 89 power all around. That's a phenomenal shot. His hands are elite with 98 offensive awareness, 92 deking, and 93 puck control. That's amazing. Defensively, he's not as good as he should be, but it's still a decent defensive person. And yeah, I think last week's master items offensively were better. Like in terms of the Teravainen, Teravainen was very good. Even the one before it, Nylander and Panarin. These offensive cards in this master item event are just not it for me. Just because of that speed, and speed is such a big thing. They do have a lethal shot, but yeah, he's 82 face-off. So if you guys don't like him at the wing, you could put him at center, which is the benefit of having him. Next up, we got his center brother, who's got only 84 face-off. So for a guy who's a legit center, he's only 2 face-offs more than Daniel, which is quite weird. He's one overall slower than Daniel at 85. Same synergy, so it's going to be the same thing for him. His deking is basically the same thing. His shot is a little bit weaker, especially with Daniel's 96 wrist shot accuracy. His defensive skills are a bit better, but still not as good as they should be. I think EA downplayed both of these cards, made them much worse than they should be, especially in terms of speed, face-off for Henrik, and defensive skills. If you're trying to get a forward out of these master events, I think it's best to wait for next week, just because I just don't think these offensive cards in this master item event are good. It's just in terms of speed, but defensively I think Yossi and Ekblad are phenomenal cards. I think you guys should go for them, but offensively maybe Daniel, but besides that, there's not many cards that I'd be excited to get. So before we get into the sets, let me show you guys all the dynamic duo items that you can get. So besides all the master items which we already went through, there's all of these cards. So 86 Pietrangelo, 84 Theodore, Matthews, Marlowe, Kachuk, Mangiapane, a few Tendies, and then you got Lindros and John Leclerc. Those are your only cards for this week. First off, you give 2 gold collectibles to get 1 or 2 choice of a dynamic duo week 1 player set. I don't think it's worth it for 120k. The only good ones you can get, theoretically, besides the master items, are Matthews, Lindros, and I don't even know if you can get McDavid and Draisaitl on those, but I don't think it's good this week. Just not many cards to get in that aspect. This one, it got bumped by 2 collectibles just for a +1 overall. So I I don't know, man. It depends. If you guys need defensemen, I think Ekblad is by far the best option this week. But if you're looking for a forward, I think you guys should wait 2 weeks, or you should just sell those collectibles if they are tradable to get somebody like Teravainen or somebody, or just switch it to get a 89 Lemieux or 89 Gretzky, in my opinion. I just don't think these offensive cards are worth it. Like I mentioned, this one you add another 2 to get a tradable version of those cards. This one, so to get a 91 Daniel and a 91 Henrik, you have to give 83 Pettersson, 80 Demko, and these 2 jerseys, and an extra 20 collectibles, and they're untradeable. This one is gonna be expensive. Like I said, I just don't see it happening for these offensive cards. Obviously, it's gonna be sick. Like, I love those guys. They're a great players for a long time. I have nothing against them, but I just think those cards in this game are not worth it. Next up, it's basically the identical set, but instead of giving Demko and Horvat or Pettersson, you have to give both Sedin alumni the same jerseys, and still 20 gold collectibles. Like I said, I don't think it's worth it. Next up, we got the Barkov and Ekblad set for the 91. You have to give 85 Barkov, 82 Ekblad, and both the jerseys, and an extra 20 gold collectibles. I think this one might be the best one to go for, just because you get a series of options in offense and defense players, and I think Ekblad, like I said, is the best player, best master item this week. Next up, we got the Roman Josi and Mattias Ekholm set, where you have to put both those players in with those jerseys and an extra 20 gold collectibles. If you want a defenseman, these guys are both 2 left-handed defensemen, which doesn't make much sense. I would have thought they would have maybe put in Ryan Ellis, but anyway, I think if you want to do one of these 3, I think Florida is by far the easiest option to go for, just because you get a various of options in offense and defense, and Barkov is essentially Henrik Sedin, just a little bit slower, and he's bigger, so and you get the best defenseman available this week. So I think Florida is the one you guys should be doing if you're debating between these 3. But at the end of the day, it's still 20 gold collectibles, which is very expensive. Next up, we got the Draisaitl and McDavid set, where you have to give in 2 gold collectibles, and all these 5 players. For a +1 upgrade on Draisaitl and McDavid, and like, look, you have to pay 150 for McDavid. It's very expensive, and Draisaitl's still gonna go for like 50 to 80k. I'm guessing maybe even 100. He goes for okay, 90, 880. He's gonna drop Clip. How much does Clip Bomb go for? Well, like 30k. 30 probably drops down to 25 tonight. for a +1 upgrade, I think just going for the 87 McDavid is by far better. But now, if you want to get the McDavid, you guys have to wait now, because his price is still going to be much higher. Once he drops under 120, you guys should get him. I remember I sold him for 130, I think 2 weeks ago, and now he's back up, so he's obviously going to be dropping. I just don't think any of these are worth it. Just because you're getting two players, you're giving 120k, you're getting an 85 and an 84 in exchange with. Like an 84 barely makes my team, and my team's pretty ass compared to everybody I play. So like that's maybe a fourth liner, maybe third liner, but that at the end of the day, it's just not worth it. So I would stay away between all these 4 sets. I just don't think it's worth it. Alright, then as we're here, we're just going to be going through the new packs that are for the event. So we got this 45k pack, you get 180 plus, just not worth it. If you might as well spend an extra 25k to get the 70k pack, which you get a gold collectible and you get a dynamic duo player item, which I opened, and you guys know I was going to open it. I'm addicted to packs, and I'll show you guys what I packed. This is insane. Okay, 70k pack, boom. Come on, please don't give me a shit defense. Just don't, please. Here we go. Why am I stressed? Okay, we've got nothing so far. 100 coins. Gold collectible. 88 Lindros, let's go! No. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! 89, oh shit, 83 speed. Doesn't matter though. Oh my god, my reaction went from like sky high to fucking so low. Yep, 88 Lindros, that was sick. Arguably one of the best ones between him and Matthews from those cards. So I'm very happy with that. But now we'll go through all the new cards that are actually decent that you guys should be looking to buy if you have the money for them. Alright, so first off we got Austin Matthews. Austin Matthews, phenomenal card, 6'3", 216. He's got Speedster, which pushes his speed to 91, which is insane. Oops, did not mean to do that. But at a base of 87 speed, he's got a very good shot at almost breaking 90 all around. He could play center at 79 faceoffs, but it's not ideal. He's got very good hands, very good defensively, 4 and 87. Next up we got Alex Pietrangelo from the Vegas Golden Knights. That's still weird to say. He currently goes on market for around 60k. He should drop to around 50k, and yeah, he already did actually, so he should be dropping to closer to 40k actually now, since he's already that cheap, which means his stats are probably not good, and they are not quite good. 83 speed, 84 speed, 83 acceleration, 6'3", 210. A decent shot, no hands, very good defensively though. I just don't see. I think Base Carlson is better than him. So if you're debating for a right-handed D-man, I think Base Carlson is still the best 85 to 86 defenseman. Besides obviously the 86 Carlson, but that is an expensive card. Alright, and next up we got the pack beauty himself, Eric Lindros. This card is only 83 speed, but with Hauser it puts him up to 86. His shot is quite decent, especially with those synergies. I could take them out, which is good. So yeah, 86, 88, 90, 90 as a shot, and it goes up to almost breaking 90 in every category, which is very good. He's a center at 89 faceoffs, which is insane. 6'4", 240, so he's basically a center build. You cannot play him at wing at 83 speed. It's impossible. He's got very good hands for a big guy, very good defensively. This card is the best card out on the market right now besides all the master items, but even at that he might be better than Daniel and Henrik Sedin. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comments if you guys are planning to get any of the new master items. I would suggest not to, besides the Ekblad, but it's still very expensive this week. Anyway, let me know if you guys have been able to pack anything from this week's Rivals in a Champs pack and Squad Battle if you play, or if you're just buying packs out on the market. Let me know in the comments below, and yeah, subscribe if you're new around here, as I'd really appreciate it. And with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed. Pack opening coming tomorrow or Sunday, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.